Hello, my lovelies. Thank you very much for joining me, Lorian. This is your ex spread. So this is all about your ex. Now, this could be an ex-friend, ex-husband, wife, or just ex-partner, somebody that you dated 3 times. Depending on who you thought of first and who you really want to know about. And I'm sorry this is a little bit shaky. I do actually have the cards set up on my shelf, my magic shelf. However, this is not going to be where I read for you. I'm going to be reading on my altar down below. But I just thought it was nice and airy since it's so dark today. And I apologise if you can hear the loud noises outside, which, typical me, I start doing a video and all the power tools come out, come rain or shine. But I will be drawing some cards live in the reading. So there's some clarifiers. There's an angel card which will be specifically for you about this ex, and also there'll be a kind of one word card just to see if there's any summaries available as to what's going on with your ex. However, this is mainly just to show you what icons you have to resonate with. So we have a little elephant incense one. There we go. We have the praying mouse, which is group 2. We have a seashell for group 3, and we have a Crete bell for group 4. So if you just want to take a moment and see which one resonates with you, that's absolutely fine. I would encourage you to do so. I will be I don't know why this is so wobbly. I will be posting a picture for you to just meditate on for a couple of seconds, maybe 10 seconds, just to see which one resonates with you, and then we'll get straight in with the reading. But thank you everybody so much for supporting me, sharing, liking, commenting. It really does make this so much more fun and so much more interactive, and I really do love hearing from you and all your stories. Thank you so much. I've had a couple of questions about the website. I'm sorry if you can't get on it for some reason. So best just to email me, loriantarot@gmail.com, if you want a reading. Everything is down below. So just let me know. But in the meantime, let's move on to your reading about your ex. Okie dokie, group 1, let's have a look and see what your ex is doing, or where are they now. Alright, so you would have chosen the little elephant incense. Now maybe this is somebody that you find hard to forget, or you've never forgotten the injustices or the way things ended or something like that. There's something about the elephant that just gives off this vibe of very proud, and yeah, what they say, they always remember, they never forget, you never forget a face. So maybe it's going to be difficult for you to get rid of the energies 100% from this person. Oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera. But let's see what's coming up for you. So you have the Hierophant, interesting. You have the 8 of Cups. Yeah, so you're definitely trying to walk away from the memory. Let's have a look. The Star. The World. Wow. Okay, for some reason I did think they were travelling or they'd moved somewhere completely different, but let's have a look. Winter Solstice, Reflection and Transformation. Alright, so this, like I say, is going to be focused on your ex and where they are, but however I will be drawing an angel card for advice for you, and just a one word card just to see what information we can gather as to where else your ex has been or going. Okay. So yeah, I feel like it may have been their choice to walk away. It may have been their choice to say, you know what, this isn't working and I'm leaving now. So if that's the case, more for them. But I do feel that it was probably their choice. I do feel that they've walked away from several things, actually. They've walked away from several different relationships or something since. It's almost like they can't settle down. They can't settle the nerves. There's something about nerves coming through for them, which is why I think the Hierophant is very, very strong in this particular incarnation for them, because I feel like they need to just rest. They need to just chill. There's something about their past that I feel has been something that has just completely overrun them in a way, and I do think that they have this selection going as to where they want to be and how they want to, be in themselves. And it can be very difficult, I think, for them to settle their mind, settle them down. So maybe they've actually taken up something for them, to kind of settle that down, some therapy or something, or they should do. But either way, I do think that there's something going on with their need to help their mental health. There's definitely something coming through here. I also feel like they may have been more career orientated, or have become more career orientated, because there's a lot of there's a lot of success with this card. And again, going in any direction, I feel like there's a Sagittarius vibe here. However, it could just be that they have a very strong Sagittarius part in their chart rather than them sun sign. But I do feel that they're wanting to ascend, they're wanting to get better, they're wanting to organize their thoughts, they're wanting to be a better person. I just don't feel that it's going to be, if it's something that you wanted to get back with them, because this is, obviously there may be something that's difficult to forget about them. I think that they're wanting to improve themselves. They should be in the process of that, if not already taking the steps to start doing that. But it's transformation. This is a wonderful card that comes out in a few client readings, to be honest. So I do feel that they're healing. Whatever transpired between you, I think it left something very deep there. So they are going to be healing from this. There's a Hierophant, there's a Star, there's this. They want to get better. Maybe it was their choice to end it, but I think it was probably their issue that caused it. For some of you, I feel like maybe 30% of you, it was you who decided to end it. And it was a case of, get out of the way because you've done something stupid. But I do feel that they're learning from that. Hurrah, hurrah, wonderful, but also very surprising, because on a lot of readings that I do for clients and stuff, I don't see the ex-person actually learning, but here I do. So well done. There's something that you did for them in order to get them to see the error of their ways, and now they're actually moving and they're changing and they're sort of learning the ways of the world a little bit more and knowing that it doesn't revolve around them. That's something that they wanted to say. They're learning that the world does not revolve around them, and maybe there was a selfish nature with them at some point. Maybe there was a little bit of a miserly energy to go with them. So again, the world could be that they thought they were the bee's knees. They thought that they should have the control over everything. So I do feel that they're kind of recovering from that, and they're actually getting away from that mode of thinking. Do I still think that you should make another go of it? No, because that's the reason why you were there in the first place. Unfortunately, for some of you, you were just there to kind of push them on their way, but also to learn your own limits. And I will, as I say, I will get some cards in just a second, but I do feel that because of the relationship and how it went with you, you have had, well, both of you have had a lot of reflection to do and a lot of understanding as to how this happened. Why did this happen? What went along this road? How could we have got to this particular point? Wasn't I a good partner? Wasn't I, somebody who could love and cherish them? But I do feel that there's something that's kind of coming forwards a lot here. It just feels like they're trying to move on from something, but I don't know how successful they've been. I do feel that they have had some stumbling blocks, to be honest with you. I'm just going to do one of these and see what they have to say about your ex as well. Well, there we go. Caution. Yep. Tread softly so as not to disturb the wood and floor. They're doing the basis of their transformation now. They're doing the very fine foundations of making sure that they can ascend, making sure that they can connect with themselves a little bit better. So if you, for instance, were thinking, well, Lorian says they're improving, maybe I should get back in touch with them, or if they get back in touch with you, no, don't, please. This is kind of like softly. If they want to come back to you, or if they want to, reconnect with you, they will do so in their own time. They honestly will, because I just feel that this is something that they need to improve upon. This is something that they also want to do for themselves. So you may risk disturbing that flow that's coming through from them. But what's the advice for you in either recovery from this person or just regarding this person? Okay, I really feel that you wanted to come through, so let me do you. Okay, so this is the advice for you. Crystal clear intentions. Hello. So be clear about what you desire and focus on it with unwavering faith. One of these days I'll learn to speak. Yeah, so I feel like he's going to come forwards, Archangel Michael, not your ex necessarily, and be there for you if you are into angels. But I do feel as well that you need to get very sure of what you want. Now, if it is that you want to get back with your ex, you need to be patient, you need to wait. There's caution for a reason. I don't think that you are meant to be together now in this moment when you're watching this particular reading. Not to say that it's not for the future, but that's not what it's about. Your ex is learning, your ex is going through some healing, your ex is doing a lot of focusing. Maybe they're still a little bit selfish though. I don't feel that they've actually overcome that. They still feel that there's a little bit of world around them, and I do feel that there's some core hurts that you didn't inflict, but they're still here. I think childhood trauma maybe for them, but with you, don't allow them to still muddy the waters. Don't allow them to still get into your head. Maybe there was something that they said to you. Maybe there was something that they manipulated you by doing. So don't allow them to fog your mind. Have crystal clear intentions of what you want from your life, what you want to do going forwards. It may include them, it may not. I think for now you would be absolutely 100% better to do it without them in the mind, without them in consideration. Keep going forwards. Let this be the closed door on this chapter and just walk forwards, because I do feel that you're going to do fine, but your ex is still learning, still working through some stuff that they can't possibly overcome in a night or a month or something. But I hope this helps you guys. Thank you for being with me, Group 1. If you'd like to leave a comment below, let me know. And also if you'd like to get in touch with me for readings, all the information is down below. But thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so many blessings. And now I'm going to move on to Group 2. Hello, Group 2. Okay, so you would have chosen the Praying Mouse. If you did choose the Praying Mouse, maybe you have been seeking some spiritual guidance, or maybe you have been just kind of looking within yourself a little bit more over the last few weeks. But yeah, I do feel that this is very strongly resonating with those of you who are more spiritual. Okay, so without further ado, just going to get these cards and see what you've got. So you have no. For those of you who have been asking if they're all right, maybe that's a thing. Rainbow Blessings, Vision Quest, 7 of Wands. Okay, and then for your tarot cards, or for your ex's tarot cards, they have the Fool, the World, and the King of Cups. So you could be asking about a water sign person or somebody who has very much water sign attributes, really. Now, like I said, I will bring out another one of these and also a card angel advice for you. But let's have a look and see. Okay. So, how they're doing is kind of a mixed bag, because I see positive and I also see negative. Something that I feel is going on for this person is a what's it called? Assertion issue. So maybe they're saying no to too many things, or in the other section they could be saying yes to a lot and they need to say no more. Outside influences seem to be coming in a little bit more here, so maybe they're being very influenced by other people around them. I do feel family and friends, mostly friends, being kind of a weird, if not negative, influence for them. I don't know why, because I do feel like with the 7 of Spring, now with this Tower of the Fairies, it's kind of a look at the bright side of the negative cards. But this, again, says be assertive. I didn't even realise it said that on this one. And I think it's kind of like he is trying, or they are trying, sorry, I don't know why I felt masculine energy then, but they are trying to redefine who they are, also be more assertive. It may be that they are taking some time out, or even that they are too assertive. I'm getting this for maybe about 25% of the people, the exes that we're talking about here. They were too assertive. They were too no, limiting. And I think this kind of come back around to them if that's the case. But either way, I do feel they're feeling it from all sides. There's some kind of negativity coming in from all sides, and maybe they're extra sensitive and they're trying to do this creatively. Maybe they're getting a lot of rejection. I see that as being something that's kind of coming around. They're getting a lot of rejection. They're getting a lot of, pushbacks from it. I do feel that there's a lot of issues where they want to be free and they want to talk about things and they want to have more of a nice understanding with people, but they just kept being knocked back. Now, the interesting thing for me as a tarot reader is, let me just see if I can get these two in line first. The Fool and the World. So you have the beginning and you have the end of the major arcana. So it could be that they both feel like they're ready for a new beginning and they both feel like they've already accomplished everything that they can possibly accomplish. I feel in my heart of hearts that something is, they feel older beyond their years. They feel like something has very much worn them down. Now, something that I must say to you, because my guides are asking me to, not because it's my opinion, please restrain yourself from reaching out to them. Please restrain yourself from checking in on them. It is not your job to heal this person. You can absolutely ask the universe to send healing to them if that is in your requirements. If you want to show that you are there for them, send healing energy through the universe. Otherwise, there is no need for you to actively seek them out and actually heal them, because they had a chance to heal when they were with you, and for some reason they did not do that. But I do feel they're in the beginning. I do feel there's a world here. Interestingly enough, group one also had the world. But I do feel there's a challenge, an active challenge going on in their life. Maybe it's because they want to move somewhere. It may be because they want to move completely somewhere different, or they have moved already and they feel this is a new beginning, but also they've accomplished so much already. So it's a new beginning, they're wanting to transfer over into the next step. I think they're trying to redefine something. Things aren't going too badly for them though, in general. I mean, you have vision, quest and blessings here. So with these two, you have a very strong sense of, they're not completely out on their own. Although vision quest does require you to be very still, very patient, very sort of outside the norm to kind of see where things are going. But blessings are coming to them. They've had some blessings. I think they may be looking a bit more inward and more spiritualized, potentially. It depends. I think some of you may know this person to be very rigid. Like I say, the assertiveness. I'm just going to see what this card has to say. But for a lot of you, I'm just getting this person's going, poo-pooing a lot of stuff. And for those of you who have an ex who's willing to thrive, and to be honest, it could be a Scorpio because they have several layers. So it could be that, they are in the kind of, no, don't care, everybody owes me something. Or it could be that they're now sending and realizing, that's not quite the case, and utilizing their no and their assertion in a more accurate manner. Yeah, they're getting some pressure. I think in some cases they do need to be more assertive rather than just negative. Again, with the people around them, maybe they do need to come out and say no more often. But for those who are just saying no because they're not sure what they want to do, this is what the vision quest is going to help with. This is what them going inside is going to be helping with. So not to say you can't be friends with each other in the future, not to say that you can't check in and see how they are eventually, but not right now. I do see this as being maybe August. They put August in mind. However, if you're watching this, this isn't actually a time-based thing. So if it has already been August, or if it has, another year till August, that's just what I got right at this point in time in June 2019. This could be something that is going on, or maybe they're born in August. But for some reason, that's the month they said, so I had to blurt it out. All right, so let's see. what the advice is for you regarding your ex. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That came out in the first one. All right, let's see. So, yes, crystal clear intentions. You need to know what you want from a relationship next. Use your experience with this other person to know what you want from the next one or from the next relationship. Thank you for coming back out again. And this one is very much about you know what you do. Trust your inner knowledge. So again, it's kind of knowing what you yourself require from a future relationship. You know what you want to get from next time. You know what you are worth. And I also think that you, again, with this assertiveness, battle of wills, maybe you know how to assert yourself even more, or maybe you know how to address things even more. Maybe there's something that you can actually go, excuse me, no, and you feel more empowered. But there's definitely something that's saying, you know what to do, you know when the time is right to approach them maybe again, or you will know when the time is ready for them to kind of come forwards and be more open with you again in the future. But for some reason, I do feel that, if you've been praying to anybody or if you've been looking for guidance, this is definitely coming in. And because there's two blues here, I think that it's to do with your throat chakra and communication. So you'll know when it's the right time to either respond or get back in touch. But it has to be with an idea in mind. What do you want from them? If you want to get back together, you need to be honest about it. If you want to just kind of touch base and say hello, be crystal clear about it. You can't go back going, I feel like I want to go to them. Why? You have to keep asking yourself why, and then you'll know what to do. If it's going to be toxic, you'll know how to read the signs. But let me know in the comments below how things go for you, group 2. I'm sending you so much love. If you do want to ask me any questions or suggest another reading for future picker cards, I'm more than happy to take them for you. And if you do want a reading, everything's down below. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me today, sending you so many blessings. And I'll now move on to group 3. Hello, my beautiful group 3. This is your reading. It's gone a little bit overcast, so I hope you can still see okay. But you chose the shell. Maybe you have been spending a little bit more time in your thoughts lately, or maybe this is just a case of being a bit more emotional. You could be an empath as well, because you could be a water sign if you gravitated towards that. But either way, I feel like there's a lot coming through for you, just in general sense of your emotions. So like I say, I will be doing a one-word card and also a angel card for you. So that'll be advice for you with regards to your ex. But let's just see what's coming through. See, ooh, lightning and power. Okay. You're already doing it. So this is in relation to your ex. This is basically your ex's reading. Princess of Winter. So that's Princess of Swords. Just move this over here, actually. So you have the Three of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and King of Pentacles. So it could be an earth sign, should I say, or it could be somebody who is an air sign with some grounded tendencies. But let me just see what's coming out in regards to this for you guys here. I'm just going to meditate, well, not meditate, but kind of think about what this is speaking to me as, like what energy it's going to be. Already I feel like there's a lot of air sign energy here. So maybe that was something that was always a contention between you. They were always in their head. They were always thinking ahead. They were always up in the clouds maybe. And whereas you were more of an emotional person and more internally motivated, and they were more externally motivated. So that could have been something there. You were kind of at odds with one another. I do feel there's ambition with this person. There's maybe that has actually driven a wedge between you, and the ambition between them, or they weren't happy with what they had. Something that seems to be coming forwards a lot with regards to this person. They always wanted the next thing. They always wanted to go forwards, and the same is now. I don't think that they've learned anything from the previous relationship, and that's a pity, because everybody should learn things from each and every relationship. That's what relationships are for. We learn who we are through relationships, and we also learn how about other people, basically, and how to deal with certain situations. But the thing that's grabbing me is the fact that you have 3 air cards here. So you have Lightning of Power. Now, Lightning and Power is very much somebody who desires it. It's about the force of nature. Maybe they in themselves are a force of nature, and you didn't quite know what to do with them. They could have been very bold, very brash, very out there. But I do feel that whatever it was intensity. There was some intensity there, and they're still the same. Yeah, the one word that's undiplomatic, jumped out at me here. So I do feel that there was possibly some words, maybe in the last realms of the relationship, where you're like trying to consider your emotional side, and they weren't seeing the same way, and they were just seeing it more rationally. You see this a lot with water and air pairings, but it could easily be the same of earth and fire, or it's very much a case of somebody's 2 in their head and the other one's 2 in their emotions to balance out quickly. Now, usually the water one is more easily adaptable, but it could have been anything. It could be a various amount of factors, but where they are now seems to be very much a case of they're not changed. I do see that they're still very blunt, they're still very undiplomatic. I don't think they consider other people. I don't think that they're very pragmatic with the way that they come through. They're leading people. I think they want to impress people. Because the 3 of Pentacles is normally about community, but here you have these 2 attempts by this person, and she's just come straight along and go, this is how you do it. Now, to some people that might be like, okay, yeah, you're good, you're showing them how it's done, but at the same time, bit of a show off, not gonna lie. But also we have this Inquisitor. Maybe there's an endless quest for knowledge, and an endless quest for finding some meaning in something, or trying to figure out what the true goal is. One thing that unfortunately I have to say to you is that I feel like they're pollinating. They're going from person to person to person. Not for all of you. I think maybe for 40% of your exes, they're not settled at all. They're going from person to person to person because they're not ready to settle at all. They're not happy with their answers that are going on. So they very much use and abuse. That's something that seems to be coming through a lot. They will figure everything out about a person like a science experiment, then they'll just go on to the next one. There's very little emotion with some of them, and that's something that I do have to say. Not all of your exes, because obviously this is a big thing that people resonate with, but some of them are just basically use and abuse person. I also feel like some of them would be still, there's no change. I have to reiterate, there's barely any change. And I think that there's going to be people who are dumping responsibilities. Hopefully not family responsibilities, but there are some who will be dumping responsibilities. They will just be, for instance, with a child or something, they'll be like, I'm walking away. So that's something that I think you need to kind of do that with. Just wash your hands. King of Pentacles indicates, I think, where they want to be, where they envision themselves being, where they want to go towards, and I feel that they're working towards being the king of the castle, being this very, they want me to use the word controlling, so that's the word that I'm going to use, but I was going to more say somebody who's strong and very imposing, but they want to say controlling, so that's what I'll say. You're already doing it. I think that, again, overthinking, facing the true north. I think this is something that they're masking. They're masking their behaviour, they're masking what they should be, who they should be, how they should be, and they're not really using their moral compass a lot, to be honest. Like I say, there could be a little instance of wanting to have their cake and eat it with a lot of the things. You want to come through, don't you? The Knight. Well, I also want another one to come through. There we go. And you have forbearance, yeah. So again, find comfort in the night could mean a lot of different things, to be perfectly honest. While the world switches off, this is something where their mind can slow down, but I also think they're going to be looking for other pleasures, and maybe they're over drinking, they're in excess, maybe they're even working till 2 a.m, just something to distract them because their mind is in overdrive, but also forbearance. It's kind of like a thorn amidst the roses. And I actually think this is a little bit of advice for you. Don't be deterred by them. You know, if you were unfortunate to be scorned by this person, or if you were unfortunate enough to have been very torn apart by this person, my heart goes out to you and I really do send you some healing. But also don't let that put you off the pursuit of finding somebody who is meaningful to you, finding somebody who is going to treat you with the respect that you desire. Maybe all it'll take is a little patience. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realise. They need nurturing. Also, you need nurturing. You need to be shown that you are worthy of love, not just by other people, but from yourself. A lot of the times we forget that, oh, we want others' approval, we want others' validation, we want other people to come and tell us that we are worthy of love. We should be telling ourselves that. So you don't need to keep seeking external forces to tell you that. And I think that's maybe what they are doing themselves. But you are worthy of love, and I'll tell you that if you need it, but you need to tell yourself. And then you can go into leadership and say that it is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So it could be that you lead by example of this relationship. You lead by this connection of, okay, so I went through the mill, but now I'm telling you my best advice so you don't have to. Friends, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunties, you give them the advice, you give them the association of, okay, so, well, this happened when I was with somebody similar, blah, blah, blah. So you have now got the wisdom to continue. And this healing will take some patience and take some time. I'm not going to say it's going to be snap and everything's going to be fine for you. But again, I'm sending you healing if this has been something that's very traumatic or even just really upsetting for you. So I'm sending you a lot of love. If you did pick this one, let me know in the comments below if you resonated, and do let me know if there's any other question you'd like me to ask the cards for another pick a card reading in future. All the information you need to get in touch with me for readings or otherwise are down below. But in the meantime, I wish you the very best of luck, sending you so much love, and I'm moving on now to group 4. Hello group 4. If you chose this, you chose the bell, which is a nice little tinkly bell. If you chose it, you may have felt like calling, or you recently have called time on your relationship, or you are wanting to summon something back in, because a lot of the times the bell is used in witchcraft to summon spirits. So it could be something that you want to summon back in, or you're working a little bit of manifestation magic. But I will use one of these, which is to do with, you know, one word about your ex and what they're doing, or what they are, or where they are personally. And then this is specifically for you. This is advice for you regarding your ex. So let's have a look and see. This could also be something to do with your history, by the way. Oh, trust your path. Okay, karma. Oh, some of you will be enjoying that, I would imagine. 8 of Wands. Okay, so something's happening fast. Wow. Death card for the tarot, right? The Emperor. Ooh, okay. And then we have the 6 of Swords. Now, this was reversed, and I don't normally do them reverse. I don't have anything in that particular deck that is reversed. I like keeping it nice and tidy. Since this came out clearly in reverse, I'm going to do it in reverse. Okay, so let's have a look and see. It has got a bit overcast now, so I'm sorry if you're getting some reflections and things. It's not as light, but it's England, it's our summer, it's dreary and horrible, so that's why it's a little bit dark. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, something is going to completely bundle them over. That's something that seems to be coming forward a lot. There's a big, massive change coming in for your ex. There seems to be something that is, they're not prepared for it. It's going to change their life. It is going to be, and it's definitely to do with karma. And it's weird that I said that it was to do with your ancestry, because, you know, it could be something to do with their DNA. It could be something to do with their family history. You know, it could be a feeling of, you know, this is running the family for quite some time. This kind of luck, you know, the common belief that luck runs in a family. Or it could be that they're wanting to change something. I get the feeling that for some of your exes, it's going to be to do about starting a family. Maybe somebody that they're with currently wants a family, and they've actually got pregnant, or they've, something is happening around family. That's something that I feel for a lot of you, a lot of your exes. Or something could have happened because of a big family change. So there's something that is happening around them right now. I just feel like, oh, a lot of emotion, a lot of confusion about where they are in life and where they want to go. And it's something that I think is kind of all happening at once, because the Eight of Wands, or the Eight of Spring in this particular deck, gives that feeling of just several different sparks going off at once. So it must be a thing of like juggling, like spinning so many plates to keep them in, a certain type of loop. I mean, it could be that, they have a new job coming up, but then they have somebody coming back into the picture, or they're changing something else, or they're moving home, and then the parents come in. There's something that they didn't anticipate coming in here, and not all of it is good. I have to say that not all of it is good. For some of them who are on the lower frequencies, so for these individuals who may be on the lower end, I feel that they're succumbing to some of their karma that they have put out already. So this is maybe they were really nasty to somebody, they're going to have that come back around. Or they already have. For a lot of them, they already have had this. And you can just sit back with your beer or whatever, your beverage of choice, and just laugh at them actually having this in return. On the other hand, some good things. For the minority of them, I actually think there's some good things happening. Whether you like it or not, unfortunately, there's some good stuff coming through for them. So they seem like there's positive changes. But no matter what, there is change. Death does not come through without a big impact. Could be a Scorpio person that you're talking about here, or it could be a Taurus, or somebody with those kind of vibes. But either way, these two seem to come through with a sense of, very, okay. They're giving me lots of different vibes. I'm going to try and pick out a few just to describe. Somebody really likes control. They're not going to be able to control the situation. This is going to be really difficult for them, or has been. For some of them, they are igniting this change. They're cutting their losses. They're cutting everything off and doing something entirely from scratch. Some of them, they're welcoming the changes. Some of them, they're putting barriers up against the changes. This is, I think for some of them, they're very worried about their image and their pedestal being knocked to one side. So it could be that they're worried about their reputation because of this scandal. Ooh, some of you have a scandal to be heard of. This is interesting. So yeah, there's going to be something. And one thing that they thought they were walking away from, they're not. The issues and the stuff that they thought they could bury, they can't. So it could be a secret that has been buried is now coming back to bite them on the bum. No matter how little that is, no matter how small that secret or the issue or the infidelity or the issue was, it's now coming back to bite them on the bum. I do feel like some of you, I'm just going to say it. Some of you think the world of this person. Some of you think that they're absolutely the apple of your eye and could never do anything wrong, could never do a thing wrong. And for most of you who think that, fair enough. I do feel that, they could be really, really, really nice people. But something that they have, a mistake that they made it at the wrong time. And it is now coming back to them. It may be somebody else's karma that they're dealing with. For instance, it could be their parents' karma. There's so many. I don't know how many of you are going to choose option 4. But judging from the amount of information that I am getting, it's really, I mean, like, wow, how many people are going to choose this? Because honestly, it feels like, oh yeah, it's like a lot of you are really happy that something's going to come and be exposed here, or that the truth is finally going to come out. That's the main thing, the truth is going to come out. But for some of you, it's like, oh, but I didn't see them as bad. I never see them. I think they're lovely. They'd never hurt a fly. But clearly there's something that's coming through, because there's a big, huge change that was started a while ago, but is now kind of unimaginably going to come and knock on their door, so to speak. For some of them, unfortunately, it could literally be somebody in their family passes away, but that's very small, minute. And I do feel that, at the moment they're kind of either already dealing with this and having to prepare for the fallout, or they're kind of, they're kind of getting there. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm just going to do a card. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I think that's a very personal to each individual ex that you're asking about. So I feel like they are really unsure which path to take. They really, really are. Humility. This is something that maybe they need to practice. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. So maybe it's something that they were putting a little bit too much of their tooting horn out into the ether, and now it's like, okay, put your money where your mouth is, and they're not ready for this challenge. They're not ready for this change that the universe has thrown at them. It could even be for some of you, you have thrown this at them. You have thrown this challenge at them. And you have gone, well, okay. Maybe unintentionally, but you have done this. Because of something that you said to them, or because of something that you asked the universe to do. Not horribly, not like, I want you to make their pinky toe fall off. Nothing like that. But just something like, I want them to see something. I want them to see in the mirror exactly what's going on. And I think they are going to. But what is the advice for the people who chose number 4? I'm going to do another card as well about their exes. Whoop. Okay, all right. Calm down, please. And don't fall on the floor, because I don't want to bend. Right, so you had angel therapy that literally flopped off. And this is about giving your cares and worries to the angels and allowing theirs to take care of your burdens. Yes, you may have gone, please God, please universe, please somebody, guides, whoever's up there, please can you show them this, or please can you blah blah blah. Now's the time to do it again. If you are concerned about this person, if you are still holding on to emotion about this person, if you're wanting to move on, but, there's this big thing drawing you together still, maybe there's something that you can do in order to ask advice from the angels. Oh, yes. Take back your power. So, yeah, maybe there's something that, maybe you're still joined somehow, or you can't escape them, or there's something about this person and you just want them to go away, or, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. Yeah, you know what this is? What's that saying? What's it called? Passive aggressive witchcraft, where you bless everybody around them. You don't curse the person in the middle. You bless each and every person around them. Maybe now's the time to focus on yourself and bless yourself rather than, wishing ill will on somebody else. I'm not saying everybody's doing that, but there's this feeling of, oh, well, he'll rue the day, or she'll know what she's missing out on. It could just be something that you need to kind of learn for yourself, bless yourself, build yourself up, and also ask the universe for help if you feel that you need some assistance in anything that's coming across. But do let me know in the comments below if this makes sense to you, and if you have any questions at all for any future pick a card readings, please do so. Everything you need to contact me or book a reading is down in the description box below, but in the meantime, I'm wishing you so much love, absolutely so much love, and hopefully you'll get a result or some news about this very soon. But thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.